Ciao a tutti, welcome to our waiting room.
Welcome.
Dinner in 15.
Welcome everybody with Sarah Lai.
And Filippo Bartolotta.
Today is a great day once again because we're having Brunello di Montalcino. I have already poured a drop for Sarah.
Thank
Scusa,
you.
and a drop for me because when there is Brunello, we like to indulge a little bit while waiting for you guys to come all together.
God bless Brunello.
God bless Brunello. We also open a little bit before because we want to get the hang out of this incredible wine. Let the wine breathe a little bit. And today there's going to be some beef.
Beef with a special panure. It's a red panure.
Okay, nice.
With tomato paste and rosemary.
Molto bene. So stay with us. We'll see you shortly. Welcome everybody, Dinner in 15 with Sarah Lai.
Ciao, with Filippo Bartolotta.
Today is a great day, we say to our friends that were there in the waiting room because we cracked open a bottle of Brunello di Montalcino from the Consorzio. It's a great moment because when you open Brunello, you always feel that it's going to be something special, celebrations. We're celebrating beef today.
We choose indeed a special recipe because I've chosen a piece of Chianina beef. So we are in Tuscany. We remain in Tuscany, but we will cook in a special way. I will show you how to make a red panure.
Okay.
And then we will bread this beef and we will fry it.
Wow, man, beef is good already.
With rosemary.
Beef is good already with the Brunello. We know that that works really well. Remember, everyone, when you have meat or cheese, any kind of protein, is going to break down the tannins. Tannins are natural antioxidants that can be found on the skin of the grapes. So when the fermentation starts, you have the sugars that are transformed into alcohol and CO2 in 2 weeks, and that's when the color of wine is going to be extracted. So the red is going to be extracted by the skin. Potentially, you could make white wine if you were to just press the juice and throw the skin away. That's when you will have white wine. In the case of Brunello, there's 2 weeks of fermentation, more or less. Everyone has got different recipes. And then 5 years in the cellar before the wine is released in the market. Sangiovese 100%. If you have a Riserva, if you come across Riserva, it means there is 6 years of aging. Cosa facciamo?
I'm about to make the red panure with breadcrumbs and tomato paste. I will need this crumb.
You mix the crumb with the tomato paste.
Oh, yeah.
Tell them if the breadcrumbs. Can you make breadcrumbs out of your stale bread?
Yes, of course.
Then you just grate it? How do you do it? Okay.
Yes, you can grate the stale bread. If you like more thick breadcrumbs with a big crumb.
Okay, like bigger crumbs?
Biggest crumb, I'm dyslexic now. You can cut it, your stale bread with a knife like this. You can cut it very easily.
Very good.
And you can mix it, the big crumb and the thin. As you can see, now our panure is becoming red.
And so that's great. The reason why I asked Sarah is because you can come across like industrial or already made breadcrumbs, which is much easier. But how many times do we find ourselves with leftover bread? And at that point, it becomes like really hard. So do not throw it away because you can make this, or you can make panzanella or other ingredients. Maybe Stefano is looking to see better what Sarah is doing right now. She's just mixing the bread with the tomato paste.
Yes.
Yeah?
If you like to make it green, you can blend some boiled spinach or kale or black cabbage.
So there you go. You want to make it green? What if you want to make it blue?
Blue, you can...
I was kidding. Can you make it blue?
You can take some blue color, make it blue, but don't eat it.
Well, what about if you were to use beetroot? Doesn't beetroot with water becomes a little bit bluish?
Yeah, but
More pink.
will not stay there in this color.
Okay.
It's too light.
So forget about blue. I was kidding.
No.
Allora, a questo punto, we have 11 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Are you gonna mix, like, you're gonna put the beef there?
Yes.
Just like that?
No. Before I will put it in the all-purpose flour,
Okay.
and then right in the egg. So with the flour, the egg can remain attached to the beef, and then in the egg, and then in the bread.
Let's do it.
So
Let's
a
do it.
double panure.
So it's difficult sometimes when we talk about, I don't know if it is for you, because we were talking about dyslexia. You know, like, well, today we are finding so many adults and kids with dyscalculia, dyslexia, attention deficit disorder, and for me, it's difficult to listen to you when you're mentioning steps. And for mentioning steps when I don't see the steps happening.
See,
so now Sarah is chopping the parsley, and I know that Stefano is loving me for this.
Rosemary.
Sorry, rosemary.
No, I was about to say that you will find all this recipe exactly explained and all
on the website.
On the website.
You'll find everything on the website.
Or on our YouTube channel that you will subscribe.
Right now, just go right now. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe our YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up, follow our social media, because there is so much going on. So much, so many recipes, so many wines to talk about, so many events. You can book this stuff here privately for your friends and family.
Come, we are having fun.
You can come over here as well. We can come to your place as well.
See, we will come for sure in the States. We love to be there.
Yes.
Or in Canada, or in Asia.
Well, yeah, they're following us from all over the world. There's
South
lots
Africa.
of Northern Europe actually following us.
Ooh.
Italians are following us, maybe learning some of our broken English, Italian English as well. A little bit, always helps.
Mine.
Now, you're doing the panatura. In the meanwhile, while you're following Sarah, let me tell you another couple of things about Brunello di Montalcino. Bruno means brown. In Italy, Brunello means the little brown one, because the clone of Sangiovese that was used by Biondi Santi, Brunello was born in 1888 officially. By the Biondi Santi family, they've started to believe in the idea of creating a Sangiovese 100%. Sangiovese is the king of Tuscan varieties that was going to age for 5 years in the cellar. Back in the days was very unprecedented, like nobody was going to believe that was the right way forward. And yet, these pioneers made an entire village, an entire community believing in a project that was going to change Montalcino forever. Montalcino, guys, was one of the poorest villages in Italy all the way up to the 60s. All the way up to the 60s. In the 60s, there used to be 12 winemakers in the Consorzio del Brunello, and now there is 250 winemakers. The value of land moved from, it went over 3,000%. Why Brunello has become so famous? Because I think Brunello is one of those fine wines that is ready to drink when you crack open the bottle very often, immediately, but has got aging potential. Allora, you've seen Sarah just getting the meat first in the flour, then in the egg and then in the crumbs.
And then in the crumbs, yes. So it's very quick. You have just to be careful, to pay attention, when you are making the red crumbs, and that's all. And then the second step, a little bit tricky, could be frying, because anyone says that frying is a very difficult thing. And actually, it is, but it's all question of timing.
And we have...
Don't be hurry. Don't put pressure on your fried things.
Okay, so that's a good tip. We have 7 minutes to go. Don't hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Don't feel under pressure. And I think another thing is just do little at the time, a little bit at a time. Don't throw everything in the frying pan or it's not gonna work.
Yes.
You want the oil to be really hot.
To be really hot, but not super hot. Otherwise, our tomato inside the crumb will burn.
In fact, this is not smoking.
No, exactly.
You don't
when
want
it's
it to smoke.
smoking, it's burning.
It's too late. Meanwhile, our Brunello di Montalcino is releasing these red berries, lots of wild blackberries, a little bit of leather, some Mediterranean herbs. Check it out. How many minutes?
I would say 3 minutes, and then it will has to rest for 1 minute.
Okay, 3 minutes, rest for a minute. In the meanwhile, this is for our friends, for the Gula family that produced this beautiful kitchen for us.
Thank you.
We need to change those guys.
But
This
you
is
make
like a live.
kitchen.
Every Wednesday and every Friday, we're cooking in this beautiful kitchen produced by the Gula. But this, we love it. It's beautiful to look at, but it's difficult to clean. So we want a flat one. Yeah, that's what I want.
We want it now.
Can we change it? Can we change it, really? I want to change it. I want like a flat, right? It wouldn't be better?
Sì,
To have
sì,
it
would
flat?
be perfect.
Allora, guardiamo. Flavors are coming out. My Brunello is releasing more and more Mediterranean herbs. Is opening up. You'll be surprised how a few minutes in the glass. Choose like bigger glasses.
Ooh la la, sorry.
No worries.
Ooh la la.
They will act as a decanter, releasing more aromas. Oxygen is going to break down the aromas, lifting the aromas up to our nose. And always remember, do not serve any wine above 64.4 Fahrenheit, 18 degrees. Why? Because fine reds will lose their volatile complexity. So the reason why we buy fine wine is because of the fact that when you open and drink them, your mind is activated. I believe that when you have fine wines like Brunello di Montalcino, there is an intellectual exchange going on. It's not just about pleasure, like palate, but there is also your brains are called to find the aromas, and you get new things every time you lift the glass up. That's what fine wine for me is about: complexity, intellectual pleasure, together with deliciousness. And if you know about wine, you get more stuff.
You're a poet.
If you don't,
it's true.
know too. But there are some wines. I give you an example. There are some wines that are really good, but they're not meant to activate your brain. They do not. It's just like when you watch a great action movie. You know, your brain is going to be going onto your on the side of your couch, and you're going to love it. But when you watch a movie that is more complex, then you are driven intellectually into the movie. So, I don't know, examples for that. Dolcetto, Barbera. Barbera is not an intellectual wine. Is it good? Man, I love Barbera. You can have it with any food you want. It's the most food-friendly wine in the planet. And yet, when you go back and forth with your nose, it's not going to deliver too many aromas, too much complexity. It's a safe bet. You open a bottle of Barolo or Brunello, and the world is going to be a different world because of what I just said. Torniamo un attimo qui, amici. Let's go back to what Sarah is doing, because è
As you can
bellissima,
see,
Sarah.
the cooking,
È bellissima.
it's perfect. It seems like a Florentine steak. We eat it raw as bleu.
So, at the end of the day, it doesn't even look too greasy.
No,
It's not leaving too much oil.
no.
But these chefs, they know how to cook. Why is that? Because
Because
the panatura,
yeah, the breadcrumbs.
the temperature of the oil.
Yes, and then the breadcrumbs.
The breadcrumbs
because
don't allow too much soaking.
tomato paste absorb the oil, but not too much.
Allora, so one thing that I wanted to mention while we were doing this is that the flavor of the tomato paste while she was breading the meat is just like so good. And right now I'm getting so much of this. Questo sono.
No, suona il forno, Milo, se lo puoi spengere. Thank you very much.
Okay. Andiamo, andiamo, andiamo. We have 1 minute 40. Once again, Sarah made it. Hit thumbs up, guys. Send us your questions. We'll answer each and every one of them. You know to subscribe our channel. We already mentioned that, but we
Madonna,
always,
bella.
that's going to be really helpful because we can get in touch with you more easily. Questa carne ha un aspetto bellissimo.
Bellissimo.
This meat looks beautiful.
It comes from our little organic farm in Tuscany. We don't use a massive product,
Okay.
intense.
That makes me feel even better.
Yeah.
But right now, I am gagging and just like can't wait to go for it. Can I?
Please.
Andiamo. Tu l'hai assaggiato il Brunello? Aspetta, te ne do un goccio perché you,
More,
girl,
because-
look like you need some more vino.
I love to cook with Brunello.
Who doesn't love to cook with Brunello?
È
Andiamo.
vero, it's
Facciamo così. Allora, a questo punto, io parto da questo. Mi piace quest'angolino, this little corner.
See, there is a little bit of fat. È bellino. You could put some green beans on the side or cannellini beans as we do in Tuscany, only with some oil and black pepper, a green salad.
That will be perfect even color-wise. So on the
Sì.
palate, I'm getting a very soft, juicy dish with a lot of sweetness that comes from the tomato paste and also the acidity that the tomato paste is going to add up. Crunchy on top. This is like a perfect dish. Does it work with Brunello?
Bellino.
15 minutes past, just about right. This is perfection. I'm gonna say goodbye with another bite of this. Amici, thank you for following us. Grazie
Thank you.
Sara.
Grazie, Filippo.
This is a really beautiful recipe.
Thank
It
you.
looks good, it tastes good, and it's a perfect match.
We hope you will do the recipe.
Yeah, send us your recipes. Just when you make them, show us what you can do, guys.
And send us the pictures. We are very curious.